Hello YouTube, all my friends, family. Just wanted to give you guys an update on what was going on. Now that everything's slowed down a little bit, they're trying to find everything that they can to be able to prosecute me on this. Again, the city is trying to make false statements and lies and try to embellish the statements to make them sound as horrific as they possibly can. They're trying to say that I resisted the arrest. As you guys know, you guys have seen me being arrested several times already. You know that when I get arrested, I don't resist. I just give up. I just, give them my hands. I don't want them to hurt me. I don't want to be hurt. And, they're obviously, that if I would have resisted in any way, I wouldn't have been arrested and stayed standing up at any time. I would have been immediately tackled down to the ground, especially with 3 officers, as they claimed that they needed 3 officers to be able to effect the arrest due to my strength. Anyways, it's really silly. They have a right to remain silent, but they just don't have the capability. I don't know what to say. I don't want to talk too much about the case. If it isn't the entire circuits, it sure is going to be a sideshow in court because they have nothing. And all I wanted to do was talk to an officer. I needed several things to do. The officers that I needed were inside the building. They were cowering away. No one came out to help me. They were told to ignore me, but yet they were able to find 6 officers to arrest me. So I don't understand how the city works. You come looking for an officer that's there to serve the public, and yet they cower away behind a building. They know exactly why they were cowering away behind a building. In this fortress that they have, hiding from the public, and they select who it is that they speak to and who they don't want to speak to. And if they don't like you, they just won't speak to you. They'll just leave you standing outside like a fucking moron, because you're just not important enough for them to come out. As the one Dudley said, they have a lot of things to do. They're very busy, very, very busy. But yet they stayed on the record, on the statement, said they had absolutely nothing to do. The whole entire calendar for that day was open. Only one appointment, said Crowfoot. So I don't understand why they couldn't come out and talk to me. I'm not there to hurt anyone. I don't have any ill will, any ill intent. That all I bring is a whole lot of words to the meeting. So I don't understand why they want to criminalize me and make me this terrible person when what else are you supposed to do when you've called? They don't return your call within 24 hours. You show up and they don't want to give you service. They're told to ignore me, to just, the lady's told to ignore me, to just let me stand there like a fool and see what I do next. And actually what they're doing is trying to find some way to criminalize me. The same way that first officer, which is the officer that arrests me, the same way he was there talking to me, he could have asked me, how could I help you? He could have led me to the detective. The other detective came right out and immediately affected violence. He immediately put his hands on me. He felt that he had to show me that, he had to escort me out by force, by physical means, which there was no need. I was more than willing to leave. I didn't see any no trespassing signs. I've been there before several times. People know who I am, so I figured that one of the detectives would be more than willing to come out and talk to me. They all say that they didn't know who I was, and there were several police officers there that absolutely knew who I was, as they stated on their statements. So they know who I am and what I am, and the officer, Sergeant Baker, which is the lady that comes in at the end of the video, I had just spoken to her minutes prior to this. This is the building that they sent me to from the other police headquarters. So they sent me to this building to look for Crowfoot when I asked for him. So I went ahead and came over here, and I went to where they sent me to, and these guys think it's a game, that they're going to avoid me, but I need to speak to these guys, right? So I need to seek redress of my grievance and upon other legal things that were needed to do that day. And so yes, I was there on official business. It was important. It was imperative that I speak to them, and they just don't care. They do not care about what the citizenry feels. I know that they don't like me, that there's bias, the city has bias against me. because of who I am. They don't like activists. They don't like protesters. They don't like words. They don't like civil rights. You know, they're just not into these things, right? So they try to punish you as much as they can. Already with my situation with Kimberly Geller, I had lies all over the statements, right? To try to find, you know, they lie to criminalize you, and now they're doing it all over again, right? There was an officer there named Huntsman. He knew exactly who I was. He never took the time to come over and talk to me, or, you know, or say anything. You know, they just want to make me seem like a heinous person. You know, they need to, you know, they need to come out and speak to the people when they come and talk to them, and especially if there's an intense situation going on. You would think that out of all those heads that were there, that there would be at least one who had some type of, you know, level head, or, you know, logic, or who could de-escalate. But everybody came out escalating, from the first one to the last one. They all came escalating. You know, and Sergeant Baker was real quick to sign the arrest and everything else. She wasn't very quick in, you know, telling them who I am, or, you know, or trying to, you know, help my situation, or, you know, to answer my questions, or you know, to see what my need was or my concern. I needed to speak to Sergeant Elliott. I saw his underling, which is a Detective Crowfoot. I watched him on a video for the first time just a few days ago prior to this arrest, where I saw him attack a man in front of his family and his children for absolutely no reason, and he terribly hurt this man. You know, and when I went to interview this man about that situation, you know, I was, you know, I'm there to serve him. You know, he gave me the paperwork, so I was going to serve him for it, but then I was going to bring it to his superior, which would be Sergeant Elliott, which I, by the way, called and left messages to, and he didn't answer me within a 24-hour period, so I feel that I had to go out there personally. I'm not one to wait around for my public servants to get around to when they're good and ready, you know, for my needs. I've been assaulted by city officials. They've done nothing. Every city official that's assaulted me still has their job. They never lost their job. They never faced any legal ramifications for it. They never, you know, they never went to jail. They never even got a summons. So, you know, I think it's totally biased, and I think it's ugly. So, you know, I want to let you guys know that I'm safe. I want to thank everyone who mirrored my videos. I want to thank everyone who mirrored the videos and made the phone calls. I also want to ask everyone, when you guys make phone calls, if you could please download some type of a call recorder app for your phone, so that you guys could send me your phone calls. I ask that if you call to seek redress of grievances from your government, that you be polite, and that you send me those calls, because we want to know when you're being polite, if they're hanging up on you, you know, if they're mistreating you, if they are being less than professional with you. I want to have a collection of all that. That helps me. So if you guys would be kind enough, you can send it to copblocknomad@gmail.com. You can send me your recordings, and I would greatly appreciate you. I also want to make some compilation video with all the recordings together. I want to do some stuff like that. So if you guys are, you know, if you would be willing, go ahead and send me your recordings, and I'm cool with that. So guys, thank you very much. I just want to give you this short update and let everybody know what was going on. I'm going to be letting out a little bit more information so that you guys can see here in a short time. So you all be blessed. Thank you for your support, and you guys have a great day. Power to the people.